Hello, guys. Hope y'all are having a great Wednesday. It's been a good day for me. Not quite as hot here. How are y'all doing? Okay, Red's Room TV is here. Catherine. Hello, Catherine. How are you? Miss M. Miss M's here. Yay. And Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. He said, I'm in my Wednesday night meeting, but it will be over when your live starts. All right. So I have a good group here, and it is Wednesday, 7 o'clock, Wednesday. So, how are y'all doing? Get my stuff adjusted here. I need to get it to where I can see my chat pretty good. I always like to be able to see my chat. All right. Joshua. Hi, Joshua. All right, let me shut my door. I'm pulling a Daniel, as it's called. Oh, yes. So, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. How are you doing? Rebounding with Cheryl. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. So, Debbie Sue. Okay, Debbie Sue said, I'm here, Rhonda, but we'll be listening in the background. I'm working on something. Well, all right. We'll let you do that. Just don't fall in the creek. We wouldn't want you to do that. Joshua said, I shared something on my post, Rhonda. All right, I'll have to check it out. I have not been on here. I've been catching up. I've been trying to catch up. I've just kind of been on the DL with YouTube. So I've had a lot of stuff going on, and trying to take care of trying to get some continuing education done. Hi, Mike. How are you doing? Good to see you in here. So, hey, Reds. How are you? Here, let me fix you. All right. Hi, Julie. How are you doing? Do the same. Just make everybody a blue coat, right? That way you can check each other's channels out. It makes it so much easier when you have a blue coat to be able to look at other people's channels. So, hello, Evie. How are you doing this evening? So, have you been back to the doctor with your arm? How's that going? So, the gang is all here. Next Tuesday, I knew it was getting close that you got to go back to the doctor with your arm. So maybe they will let you take the thing off. So if you check out my post on my channel, Rhonda, you would see why. Well, I'll have to check out your post, Joshua. Like I said, I haven't. I watched today. Oh, you haven't been wearing it for 8 days. Wow. All right. How's your arm doing? Everyone's saying hello to everyone. I think everyone in here knows everyone. So it is kind of amazing that when I do the impromptu lives like on Friday morning or Monday morning, and it's in vertical, I get people I don't even know, new people. So better. Evie said about her arm, better. I will know for sure next week. Yeah, yeah. Mike Adventure Sparks. I don't know this Rhonda lady. You don't know me? Oh, Julie got blue. Yay. There's Pam. I watched Pam's toxic workplace video today. I had a client that canceled, so I watched her video. Who else did I watch today? I think I watched one of Tracy's, and so been missing Sally. She's not been live this week in the mornings, and so I have had on my notes to give Sally a call and check on her, and it just I tell you, it just seems like it's one thing after another. So I've been working a lot, which for my retirement, believe it or not, yesterday I've been retired for 3 years. Yesterday, I thought I'm going to make a video, and yeah, it's hard, Pam, to use, toxic work environment. But I worked in a toxic work environment, so I know exactly what you were talking about. Okay, Red's room. Here's some information. Vertical is pushed to the short feeds, meaning more visibility, but most of those viewers are in and out. The horizontal people tend to stay longer, which is much better for your retention rate. Thank you for that information, Reds. Well, I do my Wednesday night. I always do it on my desktop, so it's horizontal. Okay, so Joshua says, after this live stream, Julie, you might check out my post I shared. It's something cool, Pam said. Great to see you, beautiful people. Yes, it is. And Evie said, Reds, that makes sense. It does. I do get more watch hours from this live stream than I do the others. You have it bookmarked, Daryl? Pam's? Yeah. I can remember I got a new CEO and he came in and he said, so what would be your high priority of things to change about, your work environment? And I said to stop the abuse, neglect, and exploitation. It's like, I don't, at first, I think he was kind of taken aback. And, he said, can you tell me about that? And I did. So, Joshua said, the video I shared, it's from Japan, Rhonda. That is awesome, Joshua. I'll have to check it out. Evie said, hubby got home. I'm here, but back active shortly. Yeah, you better go take care of that hubby. So Pam said, yeah, the vertical lives are kind of easy, I find. But if I had to choose, I would pick horizontal. Hello, Carol Ann. How are you this evening? Pam said, wow, Rhonda, that's amazing. Good for you. And I don't know how many different CEOs. I was an executive director of a small facility, and it was like 6 or 7 CEOs in a short period of time. And I knew him somewhat because he had been a CEO at the psych hospital here in Wichita Falls, but I didn't really know him. We knew of each other, I'll put it that way. And they hired him to be the CEO of the facility that was in the Metroplex that was over us, and that was my CEO. And he was probably the best CEO I ever had. And because he actually listened to me and he actually did something about some of that. So I was happy for that. But then he left, just like, anything else. If you're really good and you really stand up for ethical stuff, then you don't stay long. I got fired from my job. I need to do a video about that. I got fired from my job in 2017, and 2 years later, they were calling me and begging me to come back. And I told them what it would take to get me to come back. And did I gouge them? I got karma. And I went back for 4 years. So it was well worth my time. But after COVID, it went right back to the toxic stuff. Okay, Dr. Ninja Turtle said, my lives took off when I switched to vertical. Horizontal is also better for ad revenue, Red said. So Julie Jordan Scott said, okay, Joshua. Pam said, I'm not sure, Joshua, but I wouldn't be surprised. Catherine said, sorry, what do y'all mean vertical? All right, Catherine, when you're on your phone and it's skinny and it's this way, it's vertical. And then this one is what's considered a horizontal live because it's this way. And you can do both in YouTube Studio, but I don't. Red said, I would love to visit Japan. That's not someplace I've always wanted to go. Australia, New Zealand, would love to go to Bali, Ireland, and of course, Italy. So I've been to Spain, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain. What other countries? That may be all the countries I actually visited. So Pam said, wow, I've thought about what it would take to get me back to that place. I think it might involve wild horses. Well, for one thing, all the people that had been there previously were gone, except for HR. And I didn't have a problem with HR. Matter of fact, she's the one that called me. But, and it's funny, I drove to the Metroplex and met with the new CEO and really liked him. And I was told by HR he didn't talk much and went in for an interview. And we talked for an hour. He said, I got to go. I have another interview. But they called and offered me the job. But I went by there and asked them all the things that I had complaints about or that were part of the problem when I got terminated had been fixed and changed. And the employees that were still there, they were like so excited. They threw a party the day I came back to work. So most of mine was not the actual facility I worked in. It was the people over me. So, all right, let's see. What place in Japan do you want to visit, Red? People are buying rental property in Japan. Japan is like the future. Wow. Wow. Canada. I've been to Canada. I have been to Canada. So, Red's Room's from Canada. There's Sally. How are you, Sally? I was just talking about you. I said you've been on my list to call to check on. Miss M said, speaking of horses, I still don't have my horse yet. Dr. Ninja Turtle, it would take a herd of wild horses to get me back. Never again. Pam said, oh, sweet, Red's Room TV. Sally. Hey, Sally. Sally, my beautiful friend. Oh, boo, Miss M. Pam said, I understand, Dr. Ninja. Julie said, Sally, so glad to see you. Mike said, hi, Sally. Red's Room said, I don't know. Joshua, the video I shared on my post, fam, is the 2021 surprise fireworks display. Is it from Japan, Joshua? Sally said, Michael. Catherine said, Sally. Sally said, JJS and Kath. Daryl said, hello, Sally. Yes, we're glad you're here, Sally. I've missed you in the mornings. I've managed to be up every morning and have checked on you, and so you've been missed. Anyway, thank you. I'm really struggling. Well, I understand. I've been there for about a month. So, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I named this, do you want to quit? I do. I've thought about it. It's like when life gets lifey, I've just kind of wanted to quit. Uh, Joshua said, let's see, wait a minute. Pam said, okay, Joshua, thanks for sharing that. Daryl said, how are you doing, Rhonda? I'm doing better. Joshua said, it's from Japan, Rhonda. You might hear Japanese music in it. Oh, okay. Catherine said, hugs, Sally. I'm doing a little better, Daryl. I just you started a video today explaining things, but yeah, they're hard to do. It's hard to do to talk vulnerably about what you're going through. My last one, I did that. I have not had a creative bone in my body. I have not posted a long form video. It was brought to my attention. It had been 10 days. Somebody was worried about me. Thank you, Julie. But there's Dana, the cookie mom. Did you bring us cookies? What kind of cookies are we eating tonight, Dana? So Julie said, going to work in a school shocked the heck out of me, and I'm grateful I did, but I'm grateful I'm not right now. I would again if I felt called. Yeah, but I went back, and it was great for a year, and then COVID happened. And that year was hard. It was a hard year. I have not heard of Starmine Fireworks before. So Evie's back. So Catherine said, Julie, you would really? She would go back. Pam said, COVID made things very interesting. It really did. It changed the whole dynamics. I worked every single day. Couldn't even take a day off. And it was funny, at the end of that year, I, between Christmas and New Year's, had my hip replaced, was off work 4 weeks, and I still had PTO left because I had not taken any time off all year. It did. It did change family dynamics. I think that people became very disconnected during that time, even though we connected, socially on internet platforms. There became this disconnect. So I really don't know, but Julie said, yes, Catherine, I love the students. Daryl said, I was teaching online before and after, so not much changed for me. Yeah, that would be, if you were already teaching online. So Pam said, some weeks I was trying to teach from home and learn a steep technology curve. Some weeks back in the classroom, everyone tense. It did. Miss M said that's what took my grandpa away from us. I'm so sorry, M. So Catherine said, a lot of people say it changed neighborly relations too, like visiting and all. I think so. My dog wants in here. Hang on again. Pulling another Daryl or Daniel. Scooter? Okay, here's the debut. he just can't stand it. He likes to be on my live. See him? See him? There's the other one. Is she coming up here? Come here. There she is. So Julie said, LOL, I was worried about you. So good to see you live. Yes, I missed Monday because I forgot I had a doctor's appointment. And I was like, well, so I really like doing my little porch lives, just get out there and riff, so let's go back to the wanting to quit. You know, like I said, I'm not, it's like creative. The ideas, um, Pam said, I think a lot of creators are hitting a wall right now, including me, to be honest. Sally said, Rhonda, whenever you call me or I come to your live or you come to my live, I always feel like I'm at home, like coming home, you know. Isn't that true, Sally? Um, and it's so funny. Once you connect with somebody, you become friends. Time can lapse or stuff can go by and things can happen. But when you connect again, it's like there's been no time passed. It's just like, psh. So I have been praying for you and Daryl. And so But yes, I think you're right, Pam. A lot of creators are hitting a wall, and that's kind of mine's life got lifey for me. As y'all know, I've talked about kind of what going on, and things are really good and going great, and but I don't know. I just what do I make a video about? And Sally had suggested, I mean, to get with her to talk about that, of me doing kind of a thing about the 10-day detox, which I may do that because um, my doctor said last time my A1C count was a little high. So she wanted to do another panel of blood tests. And so it came back that I am borderline pre-diabetic. And I'm like, what is going on? She said, we want you to lose some weight. I've lost 12 pounds this last year. She wants me to lose weight and eat low carb. I'm already doing that. And the only thing I know that works really well to really lower A1C is a 10-day detox. So uh, God may be coming at me from some different directions because I was talking about how I felt so good when I did that and I ate like that. It's whole food. Um, so, um, Catherine said, I've not hit a wall. YouTube just hates me. Oh, wow. Catherine said, I've been pre diabetic for years. Low carb is where it's at. Well, Catherine, I do. Um, Low carb. Sally said, I'll never forget when you told me I was family. I just wanted to know that I really love you and Evie and all of the OG Sunshine Gals. Thank you, Sally. We love you too. Peaceful Red. Hi, Catherine. How are you, Peaceful Red? I forget your name. I don't know. It's hard to be inspired to make videos when your mind is flooded with things happening in life. It is hard. Miss M said, just the other day I made a video and a short about quitting YouTube. Then today I deleted my YouTube short because I can't make up my mind. Well, I haven't, Red said 10 days no eating. Just, are you not eating at all, Red? Oh, right. Evie said, right, Sally and Chloe too. Sally said, awesome idea. That would be a wonderful idea for you to do that. Yeah. Sally, I called her a sunshine girl today. Chloe, you called Chloe? Sally said, not Zoom, but video or live. I do them live. All right. Dr. Nin, after 16 years of prediabetes, I am finally on medication. I could not keep the A1C down anymore. Oh, wow. Catherine said, intermittent fasting will do it too. I loved it when I did it in 2023. I do that too. I go 16 hours every day. What is going on? Julie said, y'all are giving me ideas for video topics. Hey, Mrs. G. Ciao, what you doing? Mrs. G was wanted to quit before because she's done a video about it. So Red said, I was asking. Evie said, I didn't eat the first week after I broke my wrist. Julie said, hi there, Mrs. G. Red said, Auntie. Catherine, Julie, yes, I got an idea today from watching a vid, not our group. And you do get ideas. I got the idea of the one I'm working on, a long form, from a client that I worked with yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think so, yesterday. So, stress wreaks havoc on your A1C. Well, maybe that's it. Daryl said, I eat right and exercise, but as I get older, I need medication. Yeah. I work out 3 times a week. I probably need to up and then I walk on the other days. So, I don't know. Mrs. G is in the house. So, how are you doing, Mrs. G? I watched your Walmart thing, finally. Oh, Cheryl's been listening to us in the background. Cheryl's kind of bouncy. I don't know if y'all knew that about her, but she's kind of bouncy. Yep. I need to make a video for Cheryl about how to wear her hair curly without it being frizzy. So, oh, Mrs. G, yes. Sally said, ideas. I have so many ideas. Does anybody need ideas? Let me know. Pack RC. So I dropped this at Kentucky Life with Debbie, these lyrics. Telephone, shindig, lots of patron and ice pouring and gangstas. Flexing cash, guns in abundance in the south of London at the junction. All right. Rebounding with Cheryl's laughing. Mrs. E, I won't tell how I'm losing weight. Might get some fingers waving at me. Catherine said, you need to do that for me too, Rhonda. Okay. So Mrs. G said, at Sally D's reality. Hey, Sally Sue. LOL. Dana the cookie mom. Sally, you should let me do your makeup for a video. I will glitter you. Pam said glitter makeup is cool. Glitter. I'm not a fan of glitter. RC said, that's not my line. It's a song from So Solid Crew UK. Garage crew from the early 2000s. Yeah, you said it was lyrics. I believe you. Sally D, think that in my eye. Catherine said, I love glitter, LOL. Dana said, I always have glitter on my eyes. Well, wear it now. That stuff gets in your crepey skin when you get older. Sally said, Dana, you can do whatever you want to me. You're my girl. Trust you with everything. Julie says, it looks like I'm in the minority. Oh, Miss Sim said, speaking of glitter, I just bought glitter. It's edible for food and drinks, and I put it in my pink lemonade. Huh? Evie said, I like glitter on paper. I'm not a fan of glitter on anything because it gets everywhere and then it shows up everywhere. It's all over everywhere. So, All right. Reds. Mrs. G said, Red's nephew, you want some glitter? RC said they had a UK #1 hit called 21 Seconds in August of 2001. Sally said, JJS, you're my sunshine girl. Mike said, I like glitter on my boats. Well, yeah. Catherine said, I like lip gloss, gets in the lip lines. Like lip gloss gets in the lip lines. Yeah. Mrs. G said, I don't like glitter. Me either, Mrs. G. Child, that stuff gets everywhere. Julie Jordan Scott. Dana, when I'm back in Pittsburgh, I would love a mini makeover, glitter and all. Okay. RC said, if you've seen the show Adolescence on Netflix, one of the So Solid rappers, Asher D, plays a cop. That's interesting. Evie, not a glitter pen. Do glitter pens not get everywhere, Evie? So I do not either, Miss M. Glitter cards are bags. Not it's just it gets everywhere. So, oh, Sally said, "Hey, being a kindergarten teacher, I learned to like glitter because that's what makes a child have a wonderful childhood." Oh, Mrs. G said, "Docs, how's your puppy now? Has your puppy been sick?" Dr. Ninja Turtle. Dana said, "I feel like I've opened a glitter bomb." LOL. Oh, Cheryl said, "Thanks, Julie." RC just posted the 21 seconds video on my page. Okay, I'll have to go watch it. Red Room TV, it would have looked great with your blue outfit today. LOL. You could do a video about your glitter bomb story, Sally. Sally said, Oh my, I have a story about glitter bomb, but I guess that's for another day, another time. Your puppy's fine. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Dana said, Sally, you told me the glitter bomb story at my house. Char1MS, welcome in. I think you're new here. You must know Sally. Welcome in. Red said, Really, Auntie? So you wouldn't think you would like glitter, Red? Red glitter? Catherine said, Mrs. G, I loved your video about Walmart. Mrs. Doc, was he at the doggy daycare today? I love your puppies when they come in your live. So, Catherine saying hello to Char. Mike Adventure Sparks. Yes, Pam, I've done that before. Just take some more ibuprofen. It will be okay, and that doesn't help. Chase it with some alcohol. Which one helps, Mike? Probably the alcohol. Oh, Char said, Thank you. Hello, everyone. Red's room said, Red glitter. Ha, ha, ha. Red glitter. Red's glitter. Miss M, what is a glitter bomb? I probably don't want to know. How do we get on? Oh my gosh, so glitter. Uh, all right. Miss Pam said, Ha ha, Mike, I like the cut of your jib. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, Yes, my puppy is in doggy daycare. Mrs. G said, Nephew, I will send you your red glitter and some black too. Dana said, M, just look up glitter bombs after the live. LOL. Oh my gosh, y'all are cracking me up. The glitter bomb. Does it blow up and then there's glitter everywhere? Sally's asking, Char, how are you doing? Catherine said, Daryl, besides a little hiccup last week, Hazel loves doggy daycare. She needs it instead of sitting around with two old folks. Miss M said, Oh, okay, I will. She's going to look up glitter bomb. Pam, my lives do have a tendency of doing that. They just take off, and we never know what direction they're going, from poop to glitter bombs. So Pam said this life has taken on a life of its own, as they tend to do. Yes. Oh, Shar said, Sally, I'm doing well. How are you, Sally? Hanging in there, struggling, but hanging in there. Yes. And I got right here a little note, and it says I can do one more step. And that's about what it takes sometimes. One more step. Breathe in, breathe out. One foot in front of the other. So Daryl said, I love seeing Hazel in your videos. She is a princess. Yes, she is. Mrs. G said, Pam, this is not unusual. This happens all the time. It happens in my lives, that's for sure. Oh, Christian says, OMG, I made it. Oh, Shar said, I hope things start looking up for you, Sally. We all do. Catherine said, I'll get her in more when I can walk better. Thanks, Daryl. Pam said, thinking of you, Sally. Hope you're doing okay. Miss M said, hey, Kristen. RC, anyway, I'm glad that Kentucky Life with Debbie is clear of cancer. Isn't that true? She got her good report. I saw that video on her. When did she put that out, RC? Monday? Daryl said, I take life one day at a time. Even if we don't, Daryl, that's the only way there is. Because even if we don't, it's still only one day at a time. Mrs. G said, hello, Kristen. So Miss M's going to be praying for Sally. Kristen said hello to Miss M. Catherine said, pack, yes. Miss M, praise God. Kristen saying hello to Miss G. Catherine saying hello to Kristen. Catherine said, what my hubby says all the time, one day at a time. Yes, Monday. RC said she gave that report on Monday. That's great. That's what I thought. Like I said, I hit or miss with people's videos here lately. So Christian said, hi, Catherine. Sally said, how about I mail you one, Miss M? I would never. LOL. What do you open the box and it blows up and there's glitter everywhere? Joshua said, hey, Kristen, you should check out my post after this. I shared something cool. We've been talking about Joshua's post. We have to go after the live. We have to look at Joshua's post. We have to look up what a glitter bomb is. Oh. Pam said, yes, RC, so happy and relieved that Kentucky Life with Debbie had a good report. We are. Mrs. G said, Rhonda, have you been outside with your nosy neighbor today? Or are you the nosy neighbor? I haven't been out there, Mrs. G. Monday I had a doctor's appointment I forgot about, so I didn't do a live. Friday he wasn't out there. So Rosani said, hi, Rhonda and good folks. Hello, Rosani. Welcome in. Miss M said, no, Sally, thank you for not. RC, Debs is so sweet. She is. So everyone's saying hello to Rosani. Miss M said, I'm a nosy neighbor. My neighbors are something else. He'll probably be out there Friday. So RC said, you got to learn what 21 seconds is. Yes, you got to go to RC's channel and look up 21 seconds. So got a lot to do after this live. A glitter bomb. So go watch Joshua's post. Go over to RC's channel and look at what 21 seconds is. Whew. There's Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? Is this your first time here? Dr. Ninja says, please hit the like button, everyone. Yes, please do. Please do. How many people are here? 16. Wow. So Debs loves Diet Coke. So in December, I sent her a Japanese CM for Coke, and she loved it. That's great, RC. Kristen said, LOL. So I might be behind. I have a class at 8:15. Okay. Okay, Pam said, regarding quitting, I think a break, a change, or a rest can help reset creativity. I agree, Pam. I agree. And I did take a break. I kind of did. I took a break. And of course, I pray about it. And as far as the watch time hours, the views, and all of that, if I can help one person, and I know that the last video that I did, um, there was a lady that commented, and she said, "I'm sending you an email," and she sent me this wonderful email uh, about my video and how it had helped her. That's what it's about. But when I'm struggling, it's really hard for me to um, help others. I've managed to continue to do what I needed to do to, take care of myself enough to see clients and do that. But as far as making a video, just lives don't, I mean, so Kristen said, your videos all directly to me. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm talking to you, Kristen, every time. Elizabeth said, Miss, thanks. How are you? Evie said, good, Elizabeth. Kristen, you're. Oh. Sally said, Miss M, I love you, kiddo. And Sally said, prayers, butterflies, hearts, and a smiley face. So Miss M said, all thanks, Sally. Great community and supporting each other and praying for each other. And, we all go through things, all of us. I know that we each have our own struggles. And, oh, Daryl said, you inspired my childhood money trauma lives. Mrs. G, Rhonda, your videos are always so good and seem to be speaking just what I needed to hear. Thank you, Mrs. G. Here lately, they've mostly just been where I'm at, and but I've got one that I wanted to do. I've been retired 3 years, and I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary on YouTube, June 28th. So, um, Catherine said, agree with Mrs. G. Miss M said, yes, Rhonda's videos are very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you so much. Joshua said, did you watch the Japan's fireworks, Mrs. G? Daryl said, I'm in the same place as you, Rhonda. So Evie said, congrats, Rhonda. Yeah, I was gonna, I wrote down, um, the things that I've learned since I retired, and they're all kind of humorous. It's not the serious video of, well, when I retired, I learned this and that. Um, it's a little bit different. So Mrs. G said, yes, I watched some of it. Joshua. Elizabeth said, hello, Mrs. G. So Christian said, ugh. So I talk to type, and I should not do this. I said, your videos talk directly to me. I get something from all of them. Maybe you just need to find other ways of getting people here. The people will come. Oh, is that true, Evie? So Mrs. G said hello to Elizabeth. Evie said, Rhonda, I heard that A1C goes up when a person retires. Do you know why that is, Evie? So Char said hello to Evie. Joshua was asking Mrs. G if she could tell him what they look like. Sally said, Elizabeth, welcome. This community of Rhonda's is awesome. Evie said, I was joking. Evie, you're pulling my strings. Mrs. G said, they look like fireworks blasting through the night. So Evie is good at that. She's a jokester. Oh, your A1C goes up when you retire. Well, and and then too, it's according to what you eat. The day, I don't know. There's my big girl. Oh, she's over there in her bed. There she is, right there. Hi, Dane. Hi, Dinah. That's Dinah. That's Rambo's girlfriend. I say because they look a lot alike. I know I haven't got a chance to watch Evie and Kathleen. So I bet that was a hoot. Now, when I interviewed Evie, we were all sirs. We got sirs. So, but um, Dinah is a nosy neighbor. No, my neighbor sits outside. He talks on the phone and he smokes and he has a smoker's cough. And I'm out there trying to do the live and he's over there hacking up a lung. Evie said, I should interview you, Rhonda. I'm game. Bring it on. Joshua wants to know if they look like stars when you saw them. So, anyway. So, back to quitting. I think that you bet, Evie, he's over there going, this my crazy neighbor's over there. She's talking to herself. I don't know what she's saying, but she's laughing and carrying on about glitter bombs. So, I think I should just do lives. I get more views on my lives than I do on my videos. I think the last long form video I did, I had like maybe 80 views. And then I did that live outside. Was that last Friday? I have 124 views on it. So, not the glitter bombs. Yes, Miss M. The neighbor's saying she's over there laughing about glitter bombs. No. Catherine said, I keep threatening to do a live. They're really easy, Catherine, once you do. But, I think that I do better on my lives. I love interacting. I love to just flying by the seat of my pants. The vertical ones, yeah, maybe so. And then it was 30 minutes long, which I think, you know, but we'll not do multiple lives per week. Uh, poor Dr. Ninja Turtle. He gets so nervous doing lives, and you do such a great job. But I don't get nervous anymore. Um, it's I don't know. It's kind of like talking to myself, but I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to y'all. I'm interacting with y'all in the chat. Miss M said, I enjoy doing lives, but got to keep myself safe. Yes. So, Evie said, maybe we could suggest what we want a video about. Okay, Mrs. G said, Doc, if you do vertical lives, there's usually more people that show up. Usually your lives are vertical, aren't they, Doc? Dr. Ninja Turtle said, Catherine, Roger, and I could live together. Evie said, my life is perfect, so I don't need any help. Well, then you can help me. I need help because my life is not perfect. Catherine said, Mrs. G, but why? So, Catherine said, Daryl, I'm game. Right. Right. Oh, so anyway, So Catherine's game. Catherine lives up there where it's really pretty. She lives about 40 minutes from where I'm going camping for a week. So I know that was a joke. Doc did not say they could live together. Oh, lives. Where is it? Never mind. Yes, my lives are vertical. I meant that Catherine, Roger, and I could do a live together. Yes, I got it now, Daryl. Pim said, that's right, Evie, me too. Miss Sim said, I get Evie's jokes. Yeah, I knew what Evie was talking about. Well, I thought Catherine and Roger were going to go live together. Yeah, I'm starting them rumors. Well, communal living. Hey, Catherine said it's hard enough for me to live with one man. Yikes. Isn't that true? Oh, there's the girl again. There she is. Dinah. Oh, hook up lives. Tisk. Pam said, no kidding. Hey, Catherine. Evie said, that is not a joke. Mrs. G said, Doc, why did you think that your Friday lives were horizontal? They're always vertical. That I've been in, they're always vertical. I missed last Friday. I don't know what happened. I mean, I tell you, my brain's been mushy, and that's what stress does to you. But I'm not as stressed. Things are better. I am better. So, so, um, anyway, Mrs. G said, Rhonda, you are not reading my chats correctly. Well, excuse me for living, Mrs. G. Okay, Catherine said, I do believe stress can contribute to high A1C. Up, Red says, still here listening, sis. Oh, I'm your sister, and Mrs. G is your auntie? Mrs. G said, I said, why did I think, not why did he think that? Okay, Red said, behave, auntie. Dr. Ninja said, my Friday lives used to be horizontal and that had very few views, so I only do verticals now. Pam said these lives are good for lowering stress. Yes, because they are humorous. Always laugh. I very rarely do I not get a few belly laughs on my lives with you guys. Oh, so good for the soul. You guys are good for the soul. Healing balm. So Museum said, I'm just sitting in the shadows, just listening and reading the chat. So Red said, Auntie goes to the back of the line. Catherine, Daryl, that is odd to me. Catherine said, we love you, Rhonda. I love y'all too. Mary said, love to read comments. Welcome, Mary. How are you this evening? Red said, laughing is a good thing. Oh, yes, it is. I think if you want to be zen, get you a good belly laugh. Oh, Mrs. G said, oh, I thought so, Doc. Rhonda tried to make me think I was crazy. Mrs. G, I can't make you do anything. Child. Oh, everyone's hello, Mary. Red said, Evie said, Red, ha ha ha. Daryl, Catherine, we will figure it out. Mary said, hi to all. Pam said, hello to Mary. So, yes, I don't know. Mrs. G said, nephew, we had a good laugh at your flight 47 mishap. When did this happen, Mrs. G? Did Red have another crash? Mrs. G said, Rhonda being sassy. You bet I'm being sassy. I'm back. Sassy girl's back. Pam said, I would love to see you and Mrs. G on a live stream together, Rhonda. Reinventing me at 60. Hi, how are you? Roxanne, welcome in. It would be pretty entertaining, Pam. When is she not sassy? Oh, Catherine saying hello to reinventing. That's Roxanne. Mrs. G, yes, he sure did. A major crash. Wow. Was everyone okay, Mrs. G? Evie said hello to Roxanne. Red said, we do not speak about 47, Auntie. Red's room. LOL, right. Dr. Ninja Turtle, I was going to ask when you were going to be interviewed by Mrs. G. All right, Mrs. G, there you go. Mrs. G said, you're right, Kristen. Yeah, because Mrs. G, I've asked her and she kind of made excuses. So, Roxanne is reinventing me at 60 said, hello all. I usually miss these lives, so glad to catch it. I hope everyone is well. Mrs. G said, Reg, you told me to go to the back of the class. Catherine said, Red, seriously, are you Mrs. G's nephew? Yeah. Mrs. G is his auntie, just like I am his sister. I bet we would too, Pam. I bet you girls would get exponentially more Southern as the live went on, you and Mrs. G. I bet you girls would exponentially more Southern as the live went on, eh? Do you say that, Pam? I don't ever hear you say that. Eh? Hi, Java. Welcome in. We are all family. We are family. Java's saying hello to M. Mrs. G said, I don't get interviewed. I like to give interviews. I'm not that interesting. I don't know that I agree with that, Mrs. G. Mm-hmm. Catherine said, Red's truth. This is Pam. That's right, Rhonda. Red Dream said, Javada. Evie's Eden. Mrs. G, you are not reading the chat correctly. Back of the line, not class. Catherine, Mrs. G, oh, but I beg to differ. Me too, Catherine. Live life today. A is more of a Canadian thing than a Southern thing. Well, Pam is from Canada. Yeah. Live life today. Yes. I'm doing good. What are you doing? You're new here. Welcome in. So, Mrs. G said, Evie, LL. Oh, no, you didn't. Miss M. Well, I'm going to go. Bye, Rhonda. Bye, chat. Bye, Miss M. Have a good evening. Live Life Today said, Red's Room TV. Catherine said hello to Live Life. This is Pam said, I don't say A that often, just a few times a year on Canada Day and Christmas. A. I went to see my friend. She lives in Canada, right outside of London. And the first night I got there, her neighbors came over. They spent an hour teaching me the correct way to say It was wild. And they just hooped and hollered about my accent. So Mrs. G said she's shy. I don't know that I agree with that either. So, ciao. Oh, Life with Java said hi, Red and Catherine and Evie. Oh, there's Gary from YouTube. Police. Welcome in, Gary. How are you this evening? Sup? You at work? Catherine said, Mrs. G, really? I would have never thought it. Oh, he's saying hello. YouTube, please, is saying hello to Java. Red Room. Seriously, Auntie Shy. Mike saying hello to Gary. Catherine saying hello to Gary. Yep, at work. Been busy. Red said, sup, Gary. Mrs. G said, LOL. My Rhonda, it's my stand. I'm sticking to it. All right. All right. That's the way the cookie crumbles, right? So Gary's saying, good to see you, Mike. Good to see you, Red's Room TV. Mrs. G's saying, sup, Gary. Kristen said, I got to go. Get ready for class. Bye, y'all. Bye, Kristen. Thanks for popping in. You too, please. Tell Nita Mae and Lil Ray I said, sup, Mrs. G. Catherine said, Kristen, later, streets. Oh, yep. YouTube police saying, sup, later, Kristen. So Sally said, love the live. Fire with Ninja Turtle said, hello, Gary. Thank you for your service. Life with Javada said, is everyone having a good week? Does anyone remember the Wednesday Camel commercial about Happy Hump Day? Hump Day? Yep, it's Happy Hump Day. It's almost over, Java. Thank goodness. Oh, Red's Room's throwing out the crowns. Dr. Ninja Turtle has the number one crown, Red. So you can't buy a crown with me. I'm not monetized. I haven't even reached the first tier. I got up almost to 3,000 and then it started going down. It went down and now it's back up. It's up and down and up and down, and it stayed right there between 250 and 150, back and forth between to almost 3,000. So, oh, what did, oh, Pam said, I have to run. Thanks, Rhonda. Great live. Stay strong. Thinking of you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The whole retirement thing. Oh, Doc, you got Gary thinking about the whole retirement thing. So, oh, Mike said, good night, Pam. Tell Dylan hi. Dr. Ninja Turtles, I'm grading students during the live multitasking. Well, that's the way to do it. You can multitask. I'm multitasking. I'm talking and I'm reading the chat. So, yep, Reds, Ninja's got you beat with the number one crown. I don't know who has a number 3. She said, how do I end up at number 20? Oh, the competition is real, Red. Are we going to fix and have a crown war? Like I said, you can't buy my crown. You can't buy number one crown on my channel, Red. Not yet. YouTube, please. To be fair, I always seem to be thinking about the whole retirement thing, but his channel name came up in my thoughts. Yeah, I've been retired three years, kind of. My friends laugh at me, but I work about 20 hours a week, which I guess is part-time. Catherine said I don't have a crown. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, I'm Rhonda's big fan. You sure are. You're my big fan. I got big fans. I have a great community. I really do. I just can't even the support that y'all give me, and um, you know, always there, always watching my videos, commenting, hopping on my lives. YouTube Please said you can buy one if you like at Catherine's Fabulous 60s, just not here. Mrs. G said I need to move up the crown ladder. Like I said, can't buy them on my channel. Not yet. Someday. Terrell said Hazel wears the crown in the house of Catherine. That's probably really, really true. Daryl, she rules us. Daryl said 5'6". Wish I was 6 feet tall. Gary said I'm selling crowns. Honestly, just come by a live stream. Java said, I was in the doctor's this morning waiting for the doctor to come in and praying, and then I heard a loud crash in the next room over. It shook the wall, and a little tiny Jesus figure fell to my feet off a wall picture. What crashed? Did you find out what happened, Java? See, now I'm curious. Mrs. G said, Gary, we can buy any over here yet. We got to put in the real work here. You really do. Mm-hmm. Gary said, so you may not be her biggest fan. Just saying, Dr. Ninja Turtle. Gary said, no doubt, Mrs. G. You have to work for it on my channel. Mm-hmm. Catherine said, YouTube. I just subbed mainly because I wanted a dang crown. Oh. Gary is bigger. Probably his channel is bigger. Java said, I don't know. It was loud though. LOL. It was like Jesus jumped off the picture and ended my day. LOL. That's funny. I love that story. Sally said, I leave little Jesus around town myself for people. Yes. Gary said, but if you consider it work, it will be hard. Enjoy what you're doing and you won't be work at all. And that's so true. You know, Gary said, I'm a little taller, not much, mind you. We have several officers here, same height as you are, Dr. Ninja Turtle. That is a great idea, Sally. Yeah, you can buy them you can buy like 100 in a bag. I saw them at Mardell's. There were like 100 of them in this little bag, little bitty little Jesuses. And I have several people have given me. So, you know, it's little Jesuses. Okay. She's, oh my goodness. Java said, yes, someone had left it there. I'm guessing it was totally hidden, either on top of the picture or squished behind it. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, I thought that you had to be 6 feet tall to be an officer. Sally said, I bought a bunch and put here and there. Yeah, people do that. I've seen them everywhere. Like, you go up to pick up your script and they're on a little shelf next to the pharmacy window. I've seen them everywhere. There's several. People have left several in the office where I work, and they've got them lined up. Take a Jesus. Here, Jesus is free. Mrs. G said, Doc, haha, I've seen plenty of short officers. It's awesome to find them. Yeah. YouTube Please said, nope, Dr. Ninja Turtle. At least you don't have to be that here. Seems like at one time that was the height required to be a state trooper. My husband's 6 foot tall. I'm only 5 foot tall. 5 foot nothing. So, winning the week. Hey, Scott. I guess you got through with your life. Thought you would come on over, and we're still partying over here. We've been talking about glitter bombs and fireworks. So, and baby Jesus, not baby Jesus, but the little Jesus that you find everywhere, you know, like I said. Scott said, still going. You're the Iron Woman. I am tonight for some reason. I'm just really enjoying this live. It's been really good and a lot of interaction. We have laughed. Oh my goodness, I've laughed, and it's great. I've kind of needed the laugh, the let down, when you feel like quitting, the best thing to do is laugh, right? Do a live. Oh, Scott said, I will catch the replay tomorrow. Catherine said, I don't see any little Jesus anywhere here in Arkansas. Well, now that we've talked about it, Catherine, it will activate your reticular activating system and you will see a little Jesus soon. Mrs. G said, Rhonda, wow, I didn't know you were a mini biker. A mini biker? I'm a mini biker. I'm fun size. Daryl says, you're motivating me, Rhonda. Well, good. That's great. I love it when I can motivate people, Free therapy. Laugh. It is. Quitters never win because winners never quit. Is that right? Winners never quit. That's right. They might take a break, Scott. But you can, it's like, man, I just can't come up with anything creative. Everything, I've done everything. I have all these videos. I watched some of my old videos yesterday. I've gotten better, but I think some of my topics were really good. So anyway, Gary said, so you are on a work release program, Dr. Ninja Turtle, LOL. I cracked myself up. Of course I know you're not. So, Sally said, free therapy. Catherine said, oh, cool, I'll be looking. Gary said, LOL, I'm just messing with you at winning the week with Scott. YouTube police, who is Gary, said, sup, Sally? How are your watch hours going, Rhonda? Well, I was talking about that earlier. I got almost to 3,000, and then some of my videos that had quite a few views from a year ago started, dropping off. And so I lost hours. And then I'd come back up. I'm coming back up a little bit now. But in August, I had probably one of my videos that has the most watch time hours on it that will come off it's almost 300 hours. So I have been going live more often. Bring some folks up on panel. All right. Hi, Jennifer. You're right, Java. That's a great idea. I was thinking about that. That's why I was watching some of my older videos. You can circle back around to the same topic. There are always new perspectives and ideas to talk about. So everyone's saying hello to Jennifer. So Mike said, had to go get me another hamburger, no bun. Oh, everyone's saying hello to everyone. It's like we have a whole new group now. So Gary said, have you looked to see what will be dropping off over the next couple of months? I did. I have quite a few big viewed videos in August and August and September last year were very well watched. And then it was like October 1st, the bottom fell out and my views went. So Daryl said, I do work release on Friday and county jail on Tuesday. There's CL Fantasy Waves. Sally said, Catherine, please send me your address via email. So everyone's saying hello to CL. Java said the hours won't all come off, only the ones you accumulated that day a year ago. Yeah, I know, but I'm just keep plugging at it. Anyway, if I can hold it, by the time I get to October, I should be able to hit them because my views dropped off. And am I thinking of stopping YouTube? Well, I've thought about it, but just because I think it doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I have really struggled, Jennifer, with being creative, just flatline, not just creative. And, I kind of have to have that creative feel to sit down and make videos. And I haven't put out a long form in 10 days. Yes, Java, you need to go live. Daryl said, I'm part of the original group tonight. Yes, you are. You've been here the whole time. CL saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Gary said, so I know you have to have 10.96 hours a day on average to reach the 4K in 1 year. So basically 77 hours a week. Well, the week that I did, I had one long form, one short, and 3 lives. I hit that. But Red said, getting ready for bed, Rhonda, another long day tomorrow. I think you're an hour later than me too, Red. Sally said, Rhonda, call soon. We can discuss family matters. All right, Sally. I don't know what I got tomorrow. I have all them clients. So hard when I have clients but maybe Friday. I think I might be able to call you tomorrow. Oh, I want to just quit. Quit everything. Life gets lifey. So I am in Central Time Zone, Gary. Daryl said, I am at almost 2 years on YouTube, but only been growing for the last 10 months. See, I did that too, Daryl. I was on YouTube for a year, and then I decided I was going to really work at it. So last year I worked at it. I'm coming up on 3 years, June 28th. Gary said, we should do a show together. Sure. Same time zone. Same zone. Yeah. Life does indeed get lifey, doesn't it, Jennifer? I should jump on one of Gary's live streams. Sally G said, if you're up, call me at 7 a.m. All right, I'll do it. Gary said, I have no idea when I started YouTube, and for that matter, which channel. Mike said, Gary's got a lot of amazing people over on his community. Yeah, I've watched a couple of his lives, and so, all right, okay. I've gotten on Red's, and I've gotten on Mrs. G's, and I've been on Darren's, and Dora's. I'm not opposed to hopping on. I mean, but I just, yeah, you just never know when you'll be live, at least on this channel. Life with Java said, Gary, what kind of videos do you make? I need to go subscribe and watch some. He does mostly lives, Java, YouTube Police. He does a lot of lives. And so, but, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Yeah, he just said these days it's almost all live streams. Well, I have been on here an hour and 20 minutes, which I don't know that that's a record, but that's pretty good. Pretty good. There's 15 people on here. Wow, there's still 15 people in my live. Saturday night, 8:30 on my main channel, Belt Loop 29. Sally said, I think random lives are the best. Gary said, stay live, Rhonda. Get those watch hours, girl. Oh, Catherine said, thanks for your time tonight, Rhonda. Java said, I'll try to find you. Yeah, you can find him. He has the two channels I know out, YouTube Police 29 and Belt Loop 29. So those are his two channels. So Gary, I will probably do a live with his channel sometimes Saturday morning. Hop on. Let's go for 2 hours, 120 minutes. Okay, yeah. You can go sub to her. Rosani said, I've been listening at a distance. Hi to everyone I've missed. Rhonda, can you just take a day of true rest or play for yourself without any obligations? I've done that. I did that, Rosani. Um, I did. I took, uh, just chilled out and outside. I've walked. I've, you know, read. I've done a lot of different things. It just kind of flat. Um, and just kind of flat. And but like I said, I kind of felt it. Um, like I said, I listened. I kind of and Java's got a good point to go back and revisit some of my topics and just I'm missing a boat in my life. It, it can, you know, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a boat and a truck to pull it. I think I need to go camping in my RV. That's what I need to do, Mike. So, okay. Daryl and I are going to join your live, Belt Loop, or just on YouTube. Are you on a streaming service? No, sir. I'm not. I am just on YouTube, you know, studio. I do use my Mac computer, which makes it really nice. Um, Rosani said, big hugs. Gary said, all are welcome in any of my lives. So let's go camping, Mike. I'm going to drag my RV out. So that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take a true rest. Every morning I want to go do my life, but I said, no, I have to take a rest. And sometimes you just do. And that's kind of, you know, probably last week, took a break. And we went Saturday, we went to a graduation party and I went swimming. And that was really nice. I hadn't been swimming in forever, seems like. So you would recommend using one. So, Catherine, I've taken breaks, but come back too soon. So it adds options. Evie said, Rosani is so sweet. She is. Rosani leaves the best comments. I just love to read her comments. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, Mrs. I was doing well on your interview. I surprised myself. I have not watched that, Daryl. The interview that Mrs. G did, I forgot what happened and I did not get to watch that. And Mrs. G. Yeah, you can email me your phone number. I'll call you. Catherine said, YouTube, I was testing. It's all good. I took it in a good-natured way. All right. I don't know what's going on. Mrs. G. I'm all right, Java. Have a good evening. Oh, you'll give it to me here? All right. I'm going to have to write it down. Sally said, good night, Javada. She said somewhere we could call her Java. So I call her Java. Make sure I wrote it down. I'll be, oh, you retracted it all. So I got it written down. I'll text you that it's with my name in it. So then you'll know it's me. Because I do not answer phone numbers that I don't know who they are. You'll be glad to help. All right. That sounds great, Gary. So, all right. Well, I think I am going to get off of here. It has been, I don't even know. It's been an hour and almost an hour and a half. So, and I appreciate all of y'all being here. I feel so much better. 14 in the chat. Are there still 14 here? Mike said, yes, it's past my bedtime. Still watch hours to be had. Just saying. Oh, man. Yeah. Stay live. Stay live. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. For $2 more. Evie said good night. Mary said good night. Now I feel like I'm devil dog. Oh, Mrs. G got your number too. Everybody wrote down your number, Gary. We're all gonna be calling you. So we got 2 more minutes, Sally. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. I've run out of stuff to talk about, and I'm about finished on my water. And I'm like, hydrate, Sally, hydrate. Yep. So, just no haters. All right, no haters. We won't let any haters call you, Gary. What do we call you when we call you? I could text it to you, Daryl. So, anyway, I am going to hop off of here. I have to take care of my doggos and do some other stuff. Mike said, I tried 911 and asked Gary. I don't think they were too happy. Oh, Mrs. G said, I might need your help hiding something in my backyard. Sally said, I'm the Rolodex of the group. Yes, Sally has everybody's phone numbers and addresses. Oh, Gary said, I'm a happily married man. Oh, it cracked me up tonight. Oh, all right. I have, okay, 10 more seconds, Sally. It'll be an hour and a half. So, yeah, it's been an hour and a half. And so I am going to end this live stream 5 more minutes for $2 more. For $2 more. I do 5 more minutes for $2 more. Oh, thank you, Mrs. G. Thanks everybody for being here, for your support. Where's the donation box? I don't even have buy me a coffee. I thought about, do they have buy me a margarita? Oh, oh, Gary said that's my gig. Anyway, $2 more. 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all have a great evening, and I'm gonna probably try to do a live Friday morning impromptu 9:15. I like to start at 9:15, so do it for an hour and then go join Ninja on Dr. Ninja Turtle. And I don't know who that is. No one really donates to the Buy Me a Coffee anyway. You can name it whatever you want, Rhonda. Buy me a drink. So you're saying if I pay you what YouTube pays me for a month, you'll stay live? Cool. $2 more. Yes. That's funny. Oh, go to Scott's channel and get on his Discord and notifies people when you put a video out or go live, better than YouTube notifications. Scott's, is that Scott's channel? Scotch channel? Get on his Discord. I don't understand none of that, Mike. I bet if you put buy me a beer, they do it. Scott, winning the week. Oh, okay. Discord. What is Discord? What is Discord? I will send you the link. You started a Discord. I'm out of the loop. I've been out of the loop. My life's been. Discard is when you get rid of something. Discord is when you wished you could get rid of something. Oh, Sally said she'd tell me about it. Discord is a thing where people go to chat or something. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I learned something new. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all on the YouTube streets. All right. I'll do that. I already had my drink today. Yeah, I drank my whole bottle of water. I'll call you, Gary. All right. See y'all.